How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about your man, Anthony Fauci, basically joining forces with the Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden and calling for a mask mandate. Now, the mask mandate to me makes no sense, all right? If you want to wear a mask, then go for it. That's your right. That's your prerogative. I don't really like wearing masks. Okay. I've worn a mask on occasion. Like when I went to the White House, it was required. I'm not going to be like, oh, I don't want to go to the White House. And I'm not going to try to screech on a secret security guard right in front talking about I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm not going to do that. So if I want to go to the event, if I want to be in the White House, if I want to be part of this historic moment, I'll put the mask on. And when I leave the White House, I take it off and that's it. No problem. But when you call for a national mask mandate, now we got a serious problem. Okay, there's going to be a ton of issues with that. Now, before I go any further, let's roll the clip. In this clip, you'll see both Joe Biden and Anthony Fauci call for a mask mandate. After we get done watching that, I'll talk about what both of them said. Then I'll give you my 2 cents, my deep, detailed analysis, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
We have control of this. We can do things that could turn that around.
So I understand, you don't want to wade into politics, but masks are not political, right? They shouldn't be political, right? And we see the president at these rallies and people don't wear masks. And Joe Biden does have a really different plan, right? And today he talked about it, and he specifically talked about making mask wearing mandatory. Here's how he put it.
First, I'll go to every governor, urge them to mandate mask wearing in their states. And if they refuse, I'll go to the mayors and county executives and get local masking requirements in place nationwide.
He also wants to make masks mandatory, federal buildings, interstate transportation. Do you think this is a good idea? Is this what a president of the United States would be helpful if they were doing, fighting for mask mandates?
Well, one of the issues that people that talk about mandating not be a good idea, because then they'll say they have to enforce it, and there's going to be a difficulty enforcing it. But if everyone agrees that this is something that's important and they mandate it and everybody pulls together and say, we're going to mandate it, but let's just do it, I think that would be a great idea to have everybody do it uniformly. One of the issues, though, I get the argument, say, well, if you mandate a mask, then you're going to have to enforce it, and that'll create more of a problem. Well, if people are not wearing masks, then maybe we should be mandating it.
So in other words, but it sounds like what you're saying is sort of the power of the commons. But you're going to have some people who don't wear them. You only need to have a certain amount, and a mandate could get you there.
Right.
Even if you don't have enforcement, right?
Right.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, like I said, I'm not a fan of mask mandates, but apparently Joe Biden and Anthony Fauci are. Now, I'm just trying to figure out who Anthony Fauci works for. Is he in the Trump administration, or is he with the Obama administration that doesn't even exist anymore? Is he with the Biden-Harris or the Harris-Biden, however you want to call it, administration that's not in office at all? Who is he actually working for? Now, look, he was trying to say that, well, I'm not really sure about the enforcement. Well, if you're going to call for a mask mandate, you have to enforce it. Any kind of mandate like that, any kind of law, any kind of rule that you're going to place upon people, it has to be enforced. What if I don't want to wear the mask? What if I say, you know what? No, I'm straight. I'm not going to put it on. What are you going to do? If there's a mandate with no enforcement, then it's not a mandate. So what's the point in doing it? You can recommend it, and that's fine. You can say, I think you should wear a mask. Well, thank you for your input, sir. I appreciate you for that 4,000 IQ recommendation. But guess what? How about I say no? That's my choice. All right. This is my life. You can't make me do all these different things. Okay. This is not some kind of law, not some kind of thing that even makes any sense to make a law. So I'm not going to do it. You can't make me do it. He should stop going on TV and saying things like this. This is why I made the video last week about Fauci, and I got quite a few emails from you guys saying, hey, don't talk about Fauci. He's a great man. I know you like Trump, but you don't have to attack Fauci. I mean, you just saw what the man said. You're siding with Joe Biden and the Democratic Party, basically, and their whole platform. those of us on the right, we want to be safe. We want to make sure that everybody's good and protected, but we're not just going to invade your personal life like that, which is what Fauci and Joe Biden and large parts of the Democratic Party are doing. Very simple. All right. That's why I speak about Anthony Fauci the way I speak about him. And I think when he does interviews like this, it heightens the likelihood that he'll be fired right on election, the day after election day. Okay, so November the 4th, win or lose, Trump's going to fire Anthony Fauci. That's what I hope. Okay, that's my wish. To do it right now would just be silly because you got the election happening right now. That'd just be a way to attack Trump and say, oh, he fired the preeminent epidemiologist, infectious disease expert, and he wants to deny science. He hates elderly people, even though he's elderly himself and he got the virus. You know, the crazy part is that Trump is a guy that is not really into masks, caught the virus at 74 years old, and was fine 3 days later. Okay? Now, if people catch the virus, maybe we should get what Trump had and things would be okay. There's other drugs out there, hydroxychloroquine, that appear to work if you catch the virus, that are cheap, generic, and easy to get. So why can't we get that? Why is the focus on wearing a mask? And then here's my thing to go a little bit deeper into why I am anti-mask mandate. If you want to wear a mask, that's fine. I'm not anti-mask in general, but I don't want to wear it. If you want to, great, good on you, fantastic, stupendous, superb. I don't want to wear it. But the reason why a mandate is not a good thing, beyond just, you're breathing in your own CO2 and you're having breathing problems, Legionnaire's disease, all kind of things can be caused by the mask. Okay, you're not getting enough oxygen to your lungs, and people have caught the virus when they wear the mask. It gives them false sense of security. Okay, I got the mask on, I could do whatever I want, I'm good. That's not the case. Aside from that, if it's mandated, it's going to be mandated unevenly. All right, we all see what's going on with all these protests and marches. They've kind of died down recently. I wonder why, but I'll move on. Anyway, at these so-called Black Lives Matter marches, you might have 25,000 people halfway wearing masks, not wearing masks, a hodgepodge of mask wearing, some wearing it halfway, some not. And that's not really a big problem. Those events aren't talked about as super spreaders or anything of the sort, although you got people elbow to elbow, they coughing and hacking and spitting and screeching and everything else all over each other, and that's fine. But you have a White House event in the Rose Garden with like 25 people. You got Fauci saying it's a super spreader, but he won't say that about a Black Lives Matter march, a Black Lives Matter event. I think he was on TV. It might have been on Fox somewhere. And they were asking him to say that about Black Lives Matter events before the Rose Garden event happened. And he wasn't really saying it. He was being kind of vague, saying that I discourage any kind of, large gathering. But then he says the White House Rose Garden event was a super spreader. He's very specific about White House events, but not so much about Black Lives Matter events. So when it comes to the mandate and the enforcement, it's going to be selective, and that opens the door to selective harassment, just like the IRS harassing conservative outlets and conservative groups, and big tech harassing conservatives, but not liberals. You see how that works? So it's going to be selective harassment, selective enforcement. And also, what else are they going to mandate? Okay, there might be a vaccine that comes out. Are they going to mandate that too? Well, the mask is mandated, so you got to have a vaccine. And then it opens the door to local government saying, all right, if you don't have the vaccine and some kind of mark on your hand or your forehead, wherever they want to put it, that says you have the vaccine virus, and also a mask on your face, you would not be able to access government buildings. You can't go to school. You can't go to work. You can't even drive on the road. I saw a video from New York of NYPD, and shout out to the police. Love the police. But this random guy went to some Jewish guys' houses on a complaint of too many cars on the road or something like that. Valid complaint. But then he looked in the house and saw more than 10 people. So my thing is, okay, like, what's the actual crime there? There's no party, any music going on. It's just a gathering of people. So now you're trying to regulate someone's household and what they do in there. Okay, so if I have 15 people in my house, what's going to be the punishment for me? Okay, you don't have on a mask, you're not distancing inside your house. Is it going to be a fine? Is it going to be a penalty? Is it go to the penitentiary, go to jail? What's going to happen? You start with this mask mandate, and then that devolves into selective enforcement. In different cities, it'll be different. States, it'll be different. It'll be called a national mandate, but it will devolve into each individual state enforcing it however they want to enforce it. Each individual city and county and township enforcing it however they want to enforce it. So no mask mandate. If you want to wear it, fine. But if you don't, that's fine too. And as I close, I want to say this. I think most of us are tired of the virus. It's been going on for so long. And at a certain point, it's become like the new flu. The flu deaths are down, and heart disease and diabetes, all these normal causes of death are down. So is it because the virus came in and it just took over those deaths, so they don't happen anymore? Or is it because people still die as a result of those illnesses, but because it has a virus attached to it, then that's what takes precedent, not those other underlying issues, okay? If you had a bad heart, kidneys, and whatever else, and you died, and then they said you had the virus, did you die of the virus, or did you have bad kidneys and the bad heart, and you had limited time left anyway? Like, what's really going on? So I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about national mask mandates? Are you for it? Are you against it? Whatever your thoughts on art are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I stand. I am anti-mask mandate. If you want to wear it, then that's your prerogative. I don't want to wear it. If you have a private business that says you got to wear it, then that's fine. I don't like it, but that's fine because you're a private business. You have that right to do so. Now, if you lose business and you're not really getting what you want to get in the building, then that's on you. You got to be able to deal with that, okay? The same way you can dictate the rules of your business is the same way that people can not patronize you. They cannot shop at your store. They cannot go to your restaurant. They cannot eat your food. They can just go somewhere else or stay home or do wherever else they want to do. They can go to a place that does not have the mask rule. That's their choice. That's their prerogative as free American citizens. And I feel like we kind of getting away from the freedom that we champion ourselves on here in America. Okay, we got to bring back freedom in America rather than having all these rules and regulations crawling on our back. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.